Am I secretly the Night King? You'll find out today because we're talking all about Game of Thrones fan theories, and we're doing it from Winterfell. Theory number 1, crazy relatives equal no throne. This theory touches on the subject of Targaryen madness. Due to centuries of inbreeding to keep their bloodline pure, Targaryens became known for their mental instability and psycho behaviors. We're all familiar with the tales of the Mad King. So even though Daenerys has freed slaves and been a major positive force in the story, this theory suggests that almost everyone would oppose her rising to power, and she'll never officially sit on the Iron Throne. No one wants to live under the fear that the next Targaryen ruler will be a crazed killer. Personally, I do want Dany to sit on the throne with Jon Snow, and I'm hoping they have lots of babies, so hopefully there's a way that this can still happen. Theory number 2, sister killer. This next theory is a two-parter. The first part is that Jaime will kill Cersei, as predicted by her childhood prophecy. We know that the prophecy said it would be her little brother, but what it doesn't specify is whether little was referring to size and stature or age. This is why Cersei always assumed it was going to be Tyrion. The twist here is that some fans think it might be Arya using Jaime's space to get close to and then kill Cersei. In both scenarios, she is technically slayed by her brother, but one is actually him and the other is just his face/appearance. Either way, I hope Cersei gets what's coming to her. It won't be as satisfying as seeing Joffrey perish, but I'm still gonna clap it out when that moment comes. Theory number 3, Bran is the Night King. At this point, I wouldn't care if Bran was a Kool-Aid man. I honestly just want to see him add something more to the story. I know his journey has uncovered a lot of history and backstory for us, the viewers, but he's also the character I am least excited about. Okay, but let's get back to this theory because it is pretty interesting. As we know, Bran can travel back in time as he did with Hodor, and we've also heard the warnings about the dangers of him staying too long in the past where he technically doesn't belong. So, first this theory suggests that Bran traveled back in time to try and better prepare everyone for the coming of the Army of the Dead. He starts by whispering in the ear of King Aerys II, which is technically part of what makes him go mad because he hears voices, and it's part of what turns him into the Mad King. So once this plan fails, Bran next goes back in time to have the wall built. This is something, I'm pretty sold on because as we know, the construction of the wall was led by Bran the Builder, so it's not much of a stretch to imagine that this is the same Bran as our Bran. The theory continues that once the wall is built, Bran goes back in time, the furthest he's ever been before, so he can try to stop the Children of the Forest from even creating the first White Walker. He hops into the guy who's about to become the Night King and tries to reason with the Children of the Forest. It doesn't work, obviously, and Bran gets stuck. He's unable to go back to the present, and he essentially becomes the Night King. Now, I don't know about you, but this theory leaves me with all kinds of questions. Like, why then is Bran trying to kill everyone now in the present if he was Bran back then? And how does he really get stuck? Did he stay there that long? It also seems like nothing really changes when he goes back in time, but he doesn't realize that. This theory is definitely messy, but I can see some truth in it. What do you think? Is it possible? Could Bran be the Night King? Alright, that's it for theories, all I can squeeze into this video, but I would love to keep exploring more Game of Thrones topics. If you want to see more videos about Game of Thrones, be sure to let me know in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe for more geeky girly goodness.